You all heard in the news a while ago. I hope you all took note of what was said in the news a while ago by our newscast with Miss Vanessa Thomas, where she would have told you all, or where we heard in the news, that the opposition, and it has been a talking point where the opposition has been telling people that the government is about to raise the raise water rate, right? To raise water rate. And I want to tell you something. Even on, I listen sometimes on mornings, I listen to a gospel station. I won't tell you which station it is. And you hear, I heard the announcer yesterday saying, this morning she was saying to her listeners about, and they want to raise the water rate, and they're going to raise the water rate, and we ain't getting enough, and we ain't getting no water, and they want to raise the water rate. So I heard that yesterday, and then when it was, I heard that yesterday, and then I think it was on Monday, I heard a caller called in and was talking about the budget and about the highway to point 14, how much money overruns and what, and I'm sitting there. And I said to myself, while getting ready to come to work, I said, you know what is sad about this is that this public radio, and as a radio announcer, you sitting there in front of a microphone and you don't have the facts, you don't have the information, and you're allowing your callers to call in and give misinformation. And then you today giving misinformation really made me sit and think about how much people out there would have been believing the misinformation that is being spread by the UNC concerning the water rate. Right? And what is sad is that the minister now has to come and correct the nonsense. Right? The minister has to come and correct the madness. So join me on Facebook and on YouTube, those of you. Remember I said I want to hear from my foreign viewers and listeners. I see I have a caller trying to call me here for the longest while. I don't know what part of the world that number look like a foreign number. So I'm going to take this call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? I'm not hearing you.
Baltimore.
I'm hearing you now. Where you calling me from?
I'm calling from Baltimore.
Baltimore in the house. How is Baltimore doing? How is Baltimore today?
We are good. Weather nice for the while.
The weather is nice.
Very nice service.
Okay.
Very nice.
Wow.
Tell Mommy I say hi.
Pardon?
Okay. I said tell Mommy I say hi.
It's you? Auntie Judy, is you hiding there?
No, I'm hiding on work.
Auntie Judy, thank you very much for calling in.
Yes, you have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, gosh. Trinidad and Tobago, that's my Auntie Judy, yes? I have plenty of Auntie Judy's, you know. I have one living, new. I have one living right in San Fernando, always listening to the Street 919 FM. Auntie Judy, how are you going? You all right? I know you're listening, you know. You was smiling. Auntie Erica, you all right? All right, Auntie Judy, make sure and tell Auntie Erica I said hello on public radio, eh? All right? I don't really like to shout out my family so much, you know, because I don't want nobody to be going after them. You know, I big enough, I could take my licks. But you see, when you want to go after my family, that's a different story. And I know they could handle themselves, eh? It's just that you doesn't want to put them up. Right? So, Auntie Judy, thank you very much for the call today. And, yes, so talking about the Public Utilities Minister having to correct the misinformation, and I really hope that the radio announcer from that gospel station who would have been giving people misinformation, I hope that she heard the minister today. All right, if your radio station didn't bring that news for you, well, I'm going to play it here again on this radio station, because that has been the narrative and the nonsense that the UNC have been putting out there, that the government is going to raise the water rate. So you have the talk show hosts and the whoever out there believing what they're saying. Right? So I want to play it again, because I know if you had missed it in our newscast, I'm going to play it for you again so that you can hear it for yourself, so that you can take back the news. Those of you who listen to that gospel station, I know some of you do, because I hear you from time to time. Take it back to Hannah and tell her that the minister dismissed that narrative. So I want to play it for you again. Listen to this. Look at this, listen to this. All right? So when you all go in on your talk shows later on today or in the morning, inform the talk show hosts when they're misinforming the listeners.
Reduction in the allocations from the Ministry of Finance, it is because we are pointing and we are indicating to the Water and Sewage Authority that you need to stand on your own legs.
Right? All right? And I want to, there's another part where he talked
about 105 million.
So there's another part where he talked about WASA. I want to get that part for you. Is this it? Let me see. I'm going to get it for you. But Trinidad and Tobago, you can't afford to allow these so-called talk show hosts and misinformed journalists to tell you the wrong things. All right? You have to stand up and get the right information. You know, I'm really... So, this is it here. I think I found it here. All right? All right, so I'm gonna play it for you now. I think where is it? Where it went to? Where's this? All right, so let me stop this here. Okay, bring it across. All right. So I think I have it here for you now. So Rodney Charles would have started to bring the misinformation to the people. So I want you to hear Mr. Rodney Charles and then listen carefully how the minister would have addressed it. All right?
It seems that the annual WASA rates are in the vicinity of 10 to 11 million. And we see it increase to 30,000, 300 times percent more. And I'm asking the question, given that the minister is loath to increase salaries, and given where he says that they could always via amounts, why would he increase it by 300%? Is this indicative that the water rates are going to increase by 300% to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Or what is the reason?
Just that the member look more closely at the figure and see whether he's getting it right.
I'm looking.
If that is the case, it can only explain an attempt to allocate, to sort out any arrears that might be owed to that state enterprise.
And you are guaranteeing that it does not reflect an anticipated 300% increase in the water rates?
I can guarantee nothing. I can only tell you, if that be so, it is only likely that it would be to settle arrears owed to that enterprise.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much for recognizing me. I don't know if the member across from Naparima, representing Naparima, is trying to make statements to grab headlines. But with respect to any review of the Water and Sewerage Authority rates, Madam Chair, that is a matter for the Regulated Industries Commission. There's a process. The government is not responsible in law to setting rates for electricity and water. And the government will decide what subsidy structure will be in place to protect the weak and the vulnerable people in the society. So I reject any attempt to create any narrative in the national community that there is an attempt to increase water rate by 300%.
So you heard what the minister said. The minister said he wants to reject any narrative in the public domain that the government wants to raise the water rate. I'm going to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. You know, I'm trying to understand why is only certain people being in the forefront when we have mischief, misinformation, misbehavior, and misdeeds going on. But we have a whole lot of other party members of the UNC that they stay quiet when it has to create lackery. Why is that, you think? Pastor Google? Hello?
Caller, go ahead now.
Yeah, I just was trying to understand why that is so, because it is starting to become ad nauseum to me. They're overdoing it with it now. And I mean, for the normal citizen, we seeing what is going on, because you see, just now they had a young boy who it is put a thing on Facebook that he get into the cinema without any vaccination card and all kind of thing, and cause real problem for the people with the cinema, and then come back and say, well, no, he is a lie. What is that? What is going on in this country? What is really going on in this country?
They tested the system. That's what he did there. The young man tested the system to see. That's what he did there, you know.
But
even if it was a lie, right? Even if it was a lie, what he did there, he would have tested the system to show people, okay, now boy, they're on the ball. If he had gotten away with that, they would have shown where, watch, they don't have proper regulations in place.
But at the end of the day, are we always testing the system with all these lies and fake information? Imagine a man coming and saying that he forget that he was a member of the PSC, and he forget he was a member of a opposition party. People so is everybody testing? So we in one big exam in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what you're telling me? The whole of Trinidad and Tobago is a classroom on exam, because everybody testing the system. We have David Naked trying to test to see how rude and disrespected you could be to our president. And he tested the system too. Everybody coming and lying boldfacedly in Parliament, and they tested the system. We have a man coming out, he and the Prime Minister, for people fail to realize, for you to be able to send the Prime Minister an email in his personal email, you have had to have known him in a personal capacity. So all his friends, all you had a disagreement as friends, you put it out in the public domain. And you know what? I am hearing people on radio stations trying to assimilate the same behavior of David Naked to the Prime Minister, and saying that, oh, you can't have a private email when he's a Prime Minister. What rubbish! Pastor Google are getting upset now with what these people doing. And I don't know if anybody could remain, if there is be taking gravel on a daily basis, but I getting upset. Pastor Google, you try and have a good day.
Hello, afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google. Hey. Let's say so long, let's forget what I say. When you're Pastor Google. The topic on, it all breaks down to and connected with what I've been highlighting for the longest while. And I asked her something yesterday. You work on that? Pastor Google?
You asked me what yesterday?
Concerning 2010 to 2015, with the set of confusion that took place when we was without a commissioner for the long. If you go back and pull our files and be running it and you ask you, well, I asked them this morning, which I made them a little bit, I asked Darren myself. Because this woman getting on like if we never had that problem. The hypocrisy that guys were biting, trying to get you to ask Aisha, but people didn't call and taking so long and been calling over and over and over. People to remember somebody else want to get you. So I know they could work on that and please miss again work on it this week. I said that I'm very sorry. Work on it and be running that from the please and let people hear the amount of confusion that take place within that time and with the police commissioner. Attorney had a fire, the previous one had Attorney General and that nothing.
Paula, I played it how many times already? I can't keep going back there. Every day something new happening. I played that when I was talking. Wait, just now. Yeah. You see, and that's the problem. That's one of the problems. I don't listen to you right, and other colleagues from other radio stations asked me for the clips that I played. I played the one with.
Talking to you. Them don't play. This is why I don't play dilemma. I want to use him out of 12 things.
Well, sir, and I just told you, that's what I'm saying to you, but you're not listening to me. When the issue came up with Gary Griffith and the UNC was putting the narrative out there, right, and talking about moral authority, I played back the clips with what's his name? Mr. Jack Warner. I played back the clips. I played back the clip with the Attorney General back then, Ram Logan, when he fired Mr. Pardon?
James.
When he fired Mr. James for the debacle that happened with the church, and he threatened him. I played back the clip. I even played back the clip with when they got rid of the foreign commissioners and how much they paid them off.
I understand, but they can't play it once. I can have it running.
No, I can't have it running, sir. No. I can't have it running. Nobody is paying for that to be run. I can't have it running. There are several issues. If other announcers could have it running, remember other announcers have more time than me, you know.
Okay.
Let me be real. I only have from some day I might have from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Or I might have from
I'm not blaming you. I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you. Let me be real too. They're not giving up. Just not there.
Yeah, well, if the people who want to be defended not seeing any need to be defended, then what do you want me to do?
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just highlighting someone to why you find it should be running right through too. Because here's the hypocrisy now, man. Check out that Christopher, Kingsley, them too. In that song of jail. The way them getting like this, everything was done over. She's dead. They had them kind of hypocrisy. This one can't take possible. That was going not telling you. Just not telling you. Very possible.
No, man. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
A blessed afternoon to you, Pastor Google. Something really wrong with the opposition. Excuse me, by the way, let me say condolences to Uncle Lambi. I say that he passed on.
Say that again?
Uncle Lambi, Tobago.
Uh-huh.
I understand that he passed away.
I don't know. I can't say. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, somebody will call in and give give us the real thing. These people on the opposition, they're drawing taxpayers' money under false pretense. They have no morality. It's lie after lie after lie after lie. And that it should go. Likewise, the opposition leader should resign. She ain't looking so healthy. Lockdown as usual. You have a safe and blessed day, my brother.
All right, thank you very much.
Good morning, Pastor G. Good governance means there would be a continuous test of integrity. That's what good governance is about. That's what democracy is about. A system will always be tested because that's the only way it can be reviewed, rewritten, and improved. However, what is being done at this point in time is not a test of the system, because testing of the system comes through the proper channels, proper dialogue, writing to the relevant authorities to seek answers. What is taking place now is a blatant attack on our democracy, our institutions, and African leaders in power. And what is being done by the UNC, which has always been done, because the opposition leader is not new to this. It was done by her predecessor, and it was done before that, since 1952. They attack, and they're in their point at this point in time. What they intend to do is to keep attacking, to whittle away at good governance, to whittle away at our democracy and institutions. And when they have whittled away enough and people have lost confidence, they ride in on the white lion horse to rule over the ashes. This is their plan. It is a long-term plan. It's not a now plan. This is a long-term plan, and they will continue to do so once we allow them to do so. And it's about time African people stand up, rise up, open their bloody eyes, and see the facts for what they are. There will always be African people who will be house slaves to be used by these people, because there's always a market for fools. And those who want to be used, they are free to feel to be used. That's their right of choice. But sensible people need to understand what's going on, and it's about time sensible people start opening their mouth and talk against the nonsense.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Papa G. And all the listeners of Constructive.
You're sounding very far, caller.
All right, yeah, no, they know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Papa G, and to the listeners, to the right-thinking citizens, they know everything that we're speaking about, you know. And these hypocrites in media, these dinosaurs, and the imps and them, and the set of ones, it have a set of ones that are big blabbing. Now, Papa G, you is the number one. Just why I'm telling you, because you come to the public, but we just have to be listening to a set of dictatorship sometimes on some other program. Talk. You don't go to the public. The public should prosecute some of these things, and they doesn't allow it. They just only be redundant and just be talking and don't allow it. But you doesn't allow it, Papa G. And I want to tell the nation something. Stop wondering why David Naked, he did that insipid jackass, is that the word? That insipid donkey. Yeah. He represents how they feel and how they think. All them so-called luminaries, all them so-called, let me bring in a little piece of my alienness, reptilians, them regressive, hate humans, hate black people. They represent how they feel. Do not expect no media to clean up themselves to come and talk against these people, because they represent their heart and what they want and how they feel about black people, how they feel about our black leaders. And these disappointing blights and them we have as black leaders are saying the word blight. Good afternoon to the future lady. Yeah, that's what we have, and they don't defend. They don't say nothing against these people because they represent what they really think about how the progress that this country should make under the PNN. And it's redundant, it's ridiculous, and it's still all. Let's stop wondering why nobody is saying nothing and all them kind of thing. All stop worrying about that. Right now, like I tell all, back up mountain into a corner. And when he started jump and pelt fight, boy, I get frightened and I never do it again. Right now, we getting back into a corner. And stop asking why this happening. It's time to pelt fight, boy. Anytime we could come out and hit the road safely, probably are vaccinated, sorry about that, a job protest or something, but we had to hit the road, boy, and let these people and them know how right-thinking citizens feel, because we're not going to be represented by none of them differently oriented people that they have out here that don't care about nothing. As the gentleman in the voice note say, I like it when he makes a contribution. They want to come and rule against us as long as black people suffer and topple. Educated people we have bright people at the top, educated, they know how to run a country, they know how to make profits for the country, they know how to develop the country. And we had to go through this right through. Boy, only just say the word now, are you ready, you know? Are you ready to jump out? Have a nice day. Only could go ahead and discuss whether or not why they doing this and why they doing that. Boy, they hate black people, boy. That way is all about, boy. Have a nice day, Pastor.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to all those on Constructive Talk, all the callers and listeners, all my home girls, my home boys, everybody. And yes, it is true that Uncle Landy would have passed. Bruce Wayne would have said that on the morning program. The gentleman who called, I think it's Sawasa, he's saying something is wrong with the UN. It's not something is wrong with the UNC. Something is wrong with African people in this country. Because I keep saying, and I'll say again, no apology for speaking the truth. And when you know your enemy and you know yourself, it doesn't know your battles. And by enemy, I mean anybody that is opposed to you or something. The UNC have declared themselves the enemies of people of African descent. They have declared themselves the enemies of any intellectual black person in the society. And now there are intellectuals who think like them, and not everybody who look like who is a Fubi tribe, So some of them intellectuals and they spout the same rhetoric like the UNC. Them is not a part of us. I'm speaking about the intellectual, black intellectual who understand the blackness and who understand the state, the standard. The UNC is against that. And if they're against that, they have to be against us. I'm saying again, we need to understand. Kamala Prasad Bisasa would have said it is war. She's declaring war. Yes, she went on to say it's political war and all that. And we are saying, we also are declaring war, but our war is spreading the truth. So when all they keep saying share the life, it's not to share no life. Let us share the truth. Let us share the information so that we will know what our enemies are thinking, so that we will be prepared. So stop asking, as somebody said, why they're doing this. And we know why they're doing it. We have to be on the offensive, not the defensive. And how we'll get on the offensive is by sharing the truth, spreading the truth. We're no longer going to share no lies because our life thing ain't working. And again, I'm saying, we need to understand ourselves and stop playing like we don't know why they're doing it and always looking for excuses. Because that's what we're doing, you know. We still want to say, you know what, probably it's not that, you know. Let me tell you, it is what it is. But we're going to treat with it. We're going to push back. We're going to step forward. We're going to step forward again. Not no violence. Violence is not achieving nothing. I thought last, and we want to go to that. But information is important, education is important, and you have to stand in the truth. You have to know yourself and be proud. Don't let nobody call you no Negro. Don't let nobody call you no Creole. Don't let nobody call you no nigger. And they just say it so we can say too. Don't let them call it that. Identify and say you're of African descent and you're proud. But we just say it down in my belly like we are all frightened. Frightened to say where we are. And we quick to say, I have Indian friends, I have Indian family. Listen, you have family and you have friends. It don't matter what race they are. We are cosmopolitan country, and the chances are you're having family who are outside your race. It's possible. So you don't have to identify, because that don't make them accept you. Because they don't ever call and say, I have African cousins and African family or friends. They don't say. We need to stop that. We have friends and family, despite what race they are, and we love them.
All right.
But let me tell you something. With all the love, we're not going to take that pushing down. We're pushing back. Thanks, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much.
Pastor Google, good day. It's how they always taking we kind from the UNC so to make them insult we kind at the end of the day. They use Vanilla Allen Toppin to insult the Prime Minister. Huh? They use Jolene John to insult that one. They use Wade Mark to do this. They do only we kind of taken. I don't understand. So these people not seeing that they are being used conveniently and then throw away, spit out like a plum seed. That is because we have low self-esteem. That is why they could use them to embarrass and insult and degrade the own brother or sister.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. I want to thank you for taking my call. Pastor Google, if there's one person, sir, the Sharon Felix, we are no water, we are discipline numbers here, and Sharon Felix, one person is enough. And I hear people talking. Why it is the UNC are the people that stand up for them? Who are the people that stand up for the Africans, or the Africans of African descent? According to the defenders on Charlotte Street, some of them bought 4x4, they're paying their rent, some of them buy houses, apartments. I can tell you about some I know. Some of them are 2 vans walking on the road, some of them are 3 vehicles walking mobile, but there's vendors. Where all of this shelter is coming from? I don't be and Kamala them and Mustard, all of them who have money, no. I will continue to speak about the issues of the country. Why do you speak about them? They are the best of the lawyers. Because tell you guys, coming back or is he going? They're always taking the first step to reach the High Court. To sue this one, to bring up this one. What about the African descent lawyers? What about the PNM elevating the old people? Listen, the old people, since they know the Indian and them so racial. And we know about the nigger and the coolie. Why it is we don't have our own self as an African? One of the darkest prime ministers we ever had the portfolio of this politics, of this arena, of this administration, the PNM administration, the darkest prime minister. Why is this? We can't get a Mirage. I'm talking about we. Scott Somalia, my back is not PNM. So now, Wilson, my elder sister, my mother is 6 years old, about 17, 18. And Shoma is the mother. Why Shoma was not talking about African? Why was I Chabet or Google and some other callers? What about those in Parliament? When only a racist statement, you just said the minister works talking about that. You just said the minister is talking about that. No, always also pass like a girl and the racial, pass like a girl under this. I know about the God, but I by spirit or what, I know him good. And you will listen to you. It's not with all. It's not with each caller. But anyway, how much all your pastor to go about your own self? We come on the radio every day. Pastor to go, Kamala this, Kamala and money. I personally don't care about Kamala. I'm not telling him, I call money and tell him I want something now. And that and that. And we own up to be on that. This was getting me, this not catching me as a letter. This was getting me this. And all of them happy. And we just on the radio every day. Pastor, go Kamala this. And Kamala got junk. Kamala living happy. Well, we living happy. So Chuck living happy. Dr. Munila living happy. But Jolene John always, you can't say this lady boy, but Jolene John is a woman. A real woman. But Jolene John, no. And I call him Mr. She don't show my doctor. She just show my doctor with you. Let me determine all. Everyone takes over this apartment they pay for. And they were fixed. Dr. Munila is an Indian. Munila is an Indian. Forget the doctor is an Indian. He just is African by him. African was a team mother. He understands the ground. Everybody, it's not who is different or who is different. You have children teeth. But what do you do with the teeth? You have to come here orange.
All right, I have to go for a break. I'm going for a break and come back. Trinidad and Tobago, I'll come back after this. I have a video I want to show you guys. Join me after this. All right? Don't touch your dial. Stick and stay right here on the street. 919 FM.
Wayne Delamore, head consultant and director of Natural Health Solution, with over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy. We specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Listen, Dr. Lebe, I want to tell you something, eh? You see that new juice? Hello. It's like call it me juice. It make for me the what is the one I drink again? The ginger and lemon and thing. Hello, Dr. Lebe. I thought it was mine over matter, but I find like I have more movements. Yes, I have more movements and freer movements. You understand what I'm saying? I drink the juice, even my voice and all feel better. So it's good for your voice and a good for your bowel. So I just want to tell you, thank you very much, Dr. Lebe.
Try U-Juice today. Available at leading supermarkets nationwide or order online at ujuiceroots.com for free delivery.
Land Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and 5th Street, South Woodbrook. At Land Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
Hi, this is Nikki Crosby with a message for you. People always ask me, why you get vaccine? Well, many reasons. Because I like saving my life, my husband's life, your life. Because I love people. Because I want to work with children again. Because I want a fat. So whatever your reason, let we all do our part and vaccinate TNT.
Campari, grapefruit, easy for me. Brother, he no hard it. Easy for me. Campari, he no come. Easy for me. Brother, he no hard it. Easy for me. At the Campari with the grapefruit soda. That easy, bitter hot the pre. Simple mixer, easy 1-3. Campari, grapefruit, that easy for me. To mix a Campari grapefruit. Add 1 part Campari to 3 parts grapefruit soda. Drink at the bar, on the beach, or when the girl reach. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Hi,
Hi, this is Nicole Huggins. Join me every Monday morning on the Street 919 FM from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. Let's talk about lifestyle diseases as affects you today and how we can improve your health with healthy solutions. Call Health and Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins at 1-868-288-1108 or 1-868-275-8359. See you there.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatet.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill and you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Share the line. Share the line. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the line. Iwer George on Instagram. Share the line. Iwer TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the line. The Street 919 FM.
Lord, put your hand. These wicked people. Oftentimes, life is so hard. Trust me, I know that. Trust me, I know that. And oftentimes, you can't seem to find any motivation. It's only frustration. But I can't afford to slow the pace. No, it's not time to lose.
Hello, Pastor Google, calling from the UK. We have a very nice day today, 18 degrees. Well, I think this is the last weekend of good weather. And I'm observing all the politics and politricks. It's so embarrassing at the desperation of these people. Anyway, to my Trinidad and Tobago people, be safe, get vaccinated, and we'll soon be united. Bye.
Pastor Jake, good morning. This is Houston, Texas here. A lot of rain today, my friend. A lot of rain. Have a blessed one. Okay. Yeah.
Pastor Google, I'm calling, sending his voice note from St. Vincent and Grenadines. Pastor Google, I was living in Trinidad for 3 years, you understand? And I was living with my grandmother and my grandfather, you understand? And them radio always and this station, them don't change the radios at all. The name is Orvin Andrews and Esther Andrews from Marabella, Trinidad. But I come back to St. Vincent and I still listen to your channel.
Pastor Google, yesterday I noticed my voicemail did not play. I want to know if you did get it or not. But good afternoon. Anyway, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you know what I want to know? I want to hear news about what happened, what they're going to do about Michelle. Well, I hear they're investigating Michelle, right? I want to see if Michelle, the MP, Amuruga Tableland, is going to get off with what she have done wrong. That's why I want to know, right? What these things stressing out people, Pastor Google. So many things going on and the government cannot do anything about it. They cannot put things in place because even though they try to put things in place, there come the opposition blocking the way. Too many things are happening in this country and our children just looking at untruth, lies, all sort of things they're telling on the PNM people. Lord, Pastor Google, I want to know what take place with Naked too. I ain't hear nothing for the morning. I want to know because I have a little thing to do. I cast it down and listen all the time. Right, Pastor Google? Pastor Google, you all have a blessed day. And all the people who taking this thing to heart like myself, Lord, help us to call on Jesus so that he will help us to make it through the day. We still can't do it without listening to the radio because we want to hear good news. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon. Condolences to Uncle Landy, family, friends and well-wishers. How I used to call him Mr. Bago because it's a long time we haven't heard him on the radio, and just the other day he called him. Right, but we know he was ailing for some time, so God knows best. So may his soul rest in peace. But Pastor Google, I will always forever keep on saying it. And we wonder why the youths of today, the way that they are, we supposed to lead by example as adults, and we have failed the youths miserably. We have failed youths. Pastor Google, you ain't noticing now, you seen how much of them getting killed now. We have another one from Tobago got killed again. They find the young man body in Trinidad. Just leave to go and visit a relative. You understand what I'm saying? We are dealing with a set of demons up inside our here, and we wondering why the society like this, and then we want to blame this one, we want to blame that one, but we're not putting the blame where it's supposed to be. The blames are supposed to be put on the parents. Is we make the children and them. Is we make them, so we supposed to mold and shape them in the way that we want them to be. We supposed to direct them. We come like if we have a remote control that we controlling them, but no, like the remote control break. We don't know about changing the battery to get it to be moved in the right way. Pastor Google, you is a pastor, and I know you talk to plenty young people. Right? Where the rest of pastors alone? Parents cannot do it alone. And we're not saying a single parent home because we have children where come from both mother and father. Mother married to husband and wife, and Pastor Google, they're going down a slippery slope, and the Bible is foretelling itself, and we know that it is written, and we're just not doing anything to correct it. And Miss Jenny, again, I love to hear you, and you are correct. It is time for us to push back. I just say I'm a mix of Kalaloo because I have family that mix up, but I am not letting nobody trample on my rights. I know who I am, where I come from, and where I would like to go when the time comes. Right? So nobody's not talking down to me and figure that better off than me, because I am showing you I am better off than you. I don't have to have all the riches to be comfortable. You understand? Because I sleep comfortable when the night comes. Them have the worries to worry if who breaking down the door, yes or no. So Pastor Google, I locked on and listening. We have to put the blame where it is supposed to be on the parents, and if the parents and them not doing the right thing, and then we trickle it down. But we have to get it right. Pastor Google, I locked on and listening. Lovely program.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, since 1996, we haven't had a water increase in Trinidad and Tobago. And if the government putting things in place, I know it wouldn't be that exorbitant increase. If you was asking, if they increase it by 100%, Pastor Google, that means if people paying the water rate will double the amount that they're picking up right now. If you was asking, and I don't mind. My water rate is $100 and a little dollars for 3 months. If you was asking you, and people will buy that $100 in bottled water in 1 month. If you was asking, just putting it for a month. So the other 2 months, they dig where I coming from. So people don't get scared with the mongers. According to the Minister of Public Utilities, is the Regulated Industry Commission, what fixed rate. And even your electricity and even the property tax, what is so do again. That and all part of Google, when they check it out, somebody with a vehicle, when they fill up the tank, is not for a month. And that is $100 and something. And if I don't have $1 million property, my revenue property tax will be less than even $40 a month if you was watching. So the argument put up against the government concerning these utilities and the property tax is so flawed.
All right.
And thank you.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you? You all right?
I am all right.
Okay, then. Well, I will tell you the tune how to play. You hear? The tune how to play is move, Satan, move very fast. And leave you alone, let me do your work in peace. You hear, darling?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a nice day.
Thank you.
Okay, then. Everything will be everything just now. What's all it was a joke.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you this afternoon?
I am good, sir.
That song with the gentleman sing about Karanaj. Could I hear that again, please? I'm begging, I'm asking. So, but I called to deal with Mr. Anderson. I don't understand. You telling me about Julian John and Pastor Google, think about this, eh? After the Attorney General weighed into the opposition leader, and none of them could come to say, the speaker that speak after the opposition, after the Attorney General, couldn't say, you know what the Attorney General saying, it ain't true. My leader had nothing to do with that. But you know, depends on who spoke after to come to defend that. Munilal has a matter before the court. So whoever come to respond to Munilal, will have weighed into Munilal more or less the same way the Attorney General weighed in to the opposition leader. Julian John has the same matter with Munilal to go and answer. Then, so the big hitters they were referring to in the People's Partnership or the UNC now, can't be no big hitters after the Attorney General already weighed in to the opposition leader. And how many of them have matters before the court that they have to answer? You think they would come there because nobody could respond to the Attorney General? You think they would come to respond to the Minister of Energy or the Minister of Finance? None of them. The hitters that they have, if you notice, all of them stay quiet and sit back. Because we have a man who is the President of the Senate, the opposition, the after-any man. What's his name again?
David Lee.
You remember he had a problem with a vehicle that he sold? And with the taxes, but they want to talk about the Attorney General. I don't remember that. He has a problem with a BMW that he imported. and gave to an individual. And he never even drove it, as far as I want to believe. You understand why it is nobody responded? That is why they couldn't have a debate after. Because if you were to have a debate after, and that is what the Attorney General did to the opposition leader. And so let me deal with Mr. Anderson. So after you come to talk all that talk, Anderson, to do what? You come to defend what? That black people mustn't defend themselves because of what? That's what you telling me, you know. You come to tell me about Geraldine John and Munilal Billa building in the Beatum, but you can't leave the Beatum. That a man, the so-called pundit man on thing, want to kill you for the money you collect for the van that you went to look for the man. You was all over Facebook, a man want to kill you, want to light a deer on your head. But you still defending that? Your sister against that same garbage. Anyhow, up to now, you ain't got an excavator or the X5 right off. So I don't know what value have you brought to the Beatum to show the people in the Beatum that you have anything of any value, that you could employ 5 people. All that talk you talking, nothing, not even a mini excavator, 400 million a man going right across the road from you. You ain't get nothing from that. You like Kingsley and them still talking Negroes for sale. Enjoy evening, Pastor Google.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Kingsley and Anderson and them in Lick Bottom Africa.
Oh, gosh, not on my program now. Who is this boy?
Nice again, more life again. Hey, I tell the media fi check this. Carrying a jacket love on them checklist. Them boy no longer leave you reckless. So make them build back them trust like a Tetris. You not see what I'm going when them buy all hand. And everybody link up. Them say no more war.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, as sure as a pastor, you never call on Jesus 26 times in less than half an hour. Pastor Google, I had to call Jesus 26 times herein, and Roberts used every letter of the alphabet to describe the Prime Minister, the President, and others in a negative and an obscene manner. I never had to pray from a country like that after hearing Anil Roberts Monday morning. But anyhow, Pastor Google, long rope from MAGA coat.
In Jesus' name, so them buy back freely. Make me live like one big family.
Good day, Pastor Google. Oh Lord, there is real Republic of Tobago here in a boy. Every time the program going good, they're always cutting in with some damn foolish music that can make no sense at all. They always doing that. When the conversation take a certain route, they cut off from Tobago. Jesus Christ. I want to do something about that, because Tobago, not everybody have YouTube and Facebook. Right? Some people are lucky to be on YouTube, some people are lucky to be on Facebook, but it's not everybody, and people love to listen to 91.9. Then fire Nakidiat. Jesus Christ, you mean we had to sit down and watch this Lebanese in our House of Parliament still? Come on, time enough. He couldn't try them shots the way he was before, you know. We had they done hang he by you know what already. Only in Trinidad and Tobago, I was reading an article somewhere in Japan where a young lady, she's about 30 years old, who spoke something against the royal family. Father Google, they lock her up, I think it's 20-something years she had to spend in prison just for that.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you know, these people just really rile me up, you know. You know, when I hear the things to say about the leaders in this country, especially black leaders, you know, they just really want you to sing your soul, you know. Honestly, you know, you have to just kind of calm yourself down. No, they're really getting out of hand now. Really getting out of hand.
All right, go back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon. I have a video still to play.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up again? I'm Mr. Bago. Chili bag. Brrr. He said, yeah, that one ruling the youth's brain right now. Brrr. He said, Because what happens, every time an artist, one of them artists, and them come out with a killing tune, all they never observe, and them urban DJs and them pumping it up, the killing that start back brutal in Trinidad and Tobago. Skilly right now running the whole show right now. Brrr, he said, yeah.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Bigo. You say the right thing. Sometimes they say talk a little long, but tell it talk there. You're right. Also, how come you could make a child and say, we make a child and we make the mind? So Toyota make a car, but they didn't make the engine. You understand? That's the right thing I said. You make a child, you have to guide your child, you have to let your child go wrong, you and say, is the PS way and them so? And when I hear them talk that nonsense, I just wonder these people, like, I don't want to say, I don't want to call the animal that they make. You make a child, you let them down, you let somebody rule them. You must be crazy. My mother, from the time she watched me, we know exactly what was to do. If it's to wink, if it's to sleep, if it's to go to bed. But we let children do what they want now. Children coming, mothers being a friend with the children now because they want to know everything. Mothers wearing the children clothes to go to the party and to look nice and things too. Mr. Bego, take one bow ahead. I go.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Now, I listen to all who are education, especially back area. Well educated. Every time you call Aisha, you call you call somebody. And what was the person name again? And what was the Mr. name again? Let me tell you something. I've done so much in my community. And I went something in collaboration with Curry Master. He does his own. Shoma Wilson does his own. We came from a family of moral standard, etiquette, value. And you will like to know back area. They get you a special child to see about. I love special children. And you don't see about a child at all. You come down here and try to attack me. You can't attack me, and I finish my schooling properly. I'm not going to tell nobody I'm going sour or going back area. Right? I 12 years permanent by Coconut Girls Association. My job letter can give me a back in the morning. I'll get one within every 3 months. That shows I worked there from since 2009. Yeah. I first came into the age of 9. Shoma passed at the age of 10. Shoma Wilson. I made the express. The Caribbean. As the youngest child, they start coming to Trinidad and Tobago. And let me put you in your place now. I've working here 12 years now. How much years now? Because you started calling radio so long. Only now come on radio. Only Johnny come here. You like Stockholm. Go back. And take back the girl. Portraying all who listening worldwide. Who listening worldwide. As a further extension. In anticipation. People don't know what the word of meaning of anticipation. In anticipation, meaning in a little while, call back. And said what you ever did for your community. Not how long Charles Zenian that. Charles Zenian back up. They want me back up. I can tell them much one. A brand new one. 825 after everything. Because you buy invoice for one. What you buy invoice for? I will tell you my expert. You will dead. You will dead. And never purchase nothing like that. You cannot purchase a hybrid vehicle. You have to use a call the radio. And you have to listen. I don't even mama man. I don't even the issue.
All right. I want to play a video. All right. Thanks. I want to play a video. Thanks very much, Anderson. I want to play a video I want to take you all back. All right. Some people, we as a nation, always forget. And that's why I said what I said to the caller the last time. The caller who called. All right. About me playing it over and over. I can't play something over. I don't have time to play something over and over. But I'll play this one today because at 1:30, magistrate, I believe, magistrate, Kangaloo is going to give her verdict on the PSC and the situation with Gary Griffith. But I want to play something for you guys, and I want you all to come onto Facebook and to YouTube. You all need to see it. You all need to see it. You all need to see it. And Ms. Bissessa is saying that she's not going to support one of the candidates to be a member of the PSC because he has political allegiance or he has political friendship, right? But listen to this. I want to remind you that Nizam Mohammed, he was a what? He wasn't political, and he was the chairman of the PSC. Huh? How many of you could remember Nizam Mohammed? The PSC today, Justice Kangaloo is going to give her verdict on the matter. I want to play for you now. Right? I want to play for you now something that a lot of you have forgotten. Look at this. Go on to your YouTube and Facebook quick, because I want to show you this. Remind you of something. All I simply just want to do is just to remind you, And you tell me if Miss Bissessa and they have any moral authority to talk to anybody about anything in this country. Look at this.
Nizam Mohammed isn't taking his dismissal as Police Service Commission Chairman lying down. He demands answers. Mr. Mohammed's appointment was revoked today by President Richards. Now he wants the president to say exactly why.
The sacked PSC chairman maintained that he committed no wrong.
There's no need for anybody to ask me why I made such a statement. I made a statement based on facts. Tell me what I have said that is a lie. Tell me what is inaccurate. Tell me what is improper. Tell me what is wrong. No one is answering. No one is providing those answers.
Mr. Mohammed confirmed he received the letter of revocation and notes this happened while his attorney was preparing a legal opinion that would have assisted the president.
I'm surprised that the president acted so swiftly. We met only on Friday, and I had asked him for time so that I would seek a legal opinion on some of the matters that he had raised. And today, out of the blue, I got this.
Mr. Mohammed says he is still unclear with respect to the particulars of the supposed offense or offenses for which he was fired. He believes President Richards now has a duty to state specifically and precisely exactly what he did wrong to warrant revocation. And he's calling on the sufficient particulars to be made public. The statement from the Office of the President came via fax from the Government Information Services Limited shortly after 11 o'clock this morning. It advised that President Richards had, with immediate effect, revoked the appointment of Nizam Mohammed as chairman and member of the Police Service Commission. The statement noted that in revoking the appointment, the president exercised the power vested in him by Section 122A of the Constitution and all other powers enabling him to do so. It further pointed out that the dismissal came after the president met with Mr. Mohammed on Friday when the business of the commission was discussed. Acting Prime Minister Jack Warner, in acknowledging the action taken by President Richards, notes that the careful deliberation is a clear indication that as a nation we are not prepared to countenance any statement that threatens the unity of our national state. Mr. Warner acknowledged that this has been an extremely difficult moment for the president, but he says what the nation can be absolutely assured of is a head of state and a government that will always put the well-being of all its citizens before sectoral interests, which interests can easily divide us. The acting Prime Minister says, regardless of how painful such action may be, as a government elected by the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the People's Partnership Administration will always strive to do what is right. At the Joint Select Committee meeting of the Parliament on March 25th, Mr. Mohammed raised issues of an ethnic imbalance in the police service after he presented statistics showing that there were no persons of East Indian descent in the police hierarchy. Karen Cozier Phillip, TV6 News.
Mr. Mohammed, in an exclusive interview with TV6, blamed the media for the furor over his statements. He maintains that up to now, nobody could tell him what he said that was offensive.
They are being led by these racist journalists and those who have picked up from where the journalists started, and they have made me the culprit and painting me into a corner now as if I am the racist.
Still, Mr. Mohammed said he was not angry.
Not angry, but I feel sorry for Trinidad and Tobago. I feel sorry for the victims of crime. I feel sorry for the many African police officers and the many Indian officers who don't feel that they have a fair break while working in the police service.
Mr. Mohammed sought to explain the objective of his now controversial statements.
The intention of my statement in the Parliament was to give comfort to all and sundry within the police service, that we will have fair practices of recruitment, fair practices of promotion, and so that everyone can feel secure. And once we have a united police service, that would be the first step towards tackling the crime scourge in this country.
Oh my goodness. There's a reason why I laughed, I'll tell you why I laugh now, and then I'll open up the phone lines. Number one, I stand by the president of Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Paula May Weeks. I stand by her. So if the ants could carry back the news, or a birdie could carry the news by the president's house, I stand by the president of Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Paula May Weeks. Tell her, Pastor Google, stand by her. You all listen to this story, right? You all realize, is there any similarity in this story? But Miss Bissessa want the president to go. Huh? She said the president must go. But look at what happened under her government. Yeah? Look what happened under her government. So, you're talking about the president should go. Let me give you a list, Miss Bissessa, of who should go. So there's the list, Miss Bissessa. David Naked should go, and he hasn't resigned as yet. Right? And I want to put this in the mix because I heard it from a caller this morning, and when I heard the caller this morning, I personally clapped. People wanted to know if I was going mad on the road. I heard a caller on this radio station said that you're not hearing you didn't hear MSJ condemn statements by David Naked. You're not hearing MSJ condemning statements by David Naked. You're not hearing any of the black movements out there. All of the black power movements condemning David Naked. All the black people who black conscious. You ain't them condemning David Naked, Huh? All the black people who say that they're for black this and black that. There isn't a statement out there condemning David Naked and Anil Roberts. You're not hearing anybody condemning statements that comes out of his mouth that disrespect. Right? You're not hearing them. You're not hearing it. Ms. Bissessa, those two need to go. Michelle Benjamin need to go. I hope you get the list. And if by the end of this week, Ms. Bissessa don't make a statement on David Naked, right? And all the black movements in this country the trade union movement, MSJ, all the black this and black agenda and gendis, all of them, do make a statement by this weekend. I want to see, boy. I know what I'm going to do. And I publicly saying here, I support Miss Paula May Weeks as the president of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Support her 100%. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Pastor Google. Well, I had decided I supported the president 150%. And you are so right. We are all of them, the black this, the black that. Not one of them, woman talk, not one word. And all of a sudden, they really want to know, you want to get answer. How come you condemning that? You know, David Abdullah, we are your voice. The trade union, all you want to tell me, that is because that all you ain't like the president. Anybody could disrespect the president, including David Nackett, who have more cargo on his back to carry than Caribbean Airlines. We all know about David Nackett. We know about him, and thank God that the PNM rejected his membership. Thank God. Because this is the kind of thing what we don't have. The Prime Minister is on record condemning certain comments that were made during the period of the PNM rally. You remember? Then who come and talk about the woman in the sari? The Prime Minister apologized. Not one word from the opposition leader. And look at it. She gets this one is PNM, that one is PNM. But I believe all is stupid. Look how we exposed that one from the bamboo. Completely dissolved what he said. And appeared that the Prime Minister was disrespectful to him when he is the most disrespectful man on TV. He hid everything he said about the Prime Minister. But they have a next one and a next two country this morning saying it's the same thing like the Prime Minister says. Oh, give me a break. And last of all, Google, I want to tell you, that one they call God Christopher. He danced and jumped around on Iwer and ISA program yesterday. When I asked, what do you think about the disrespectfulness about Nackett on the president and why the political leader, Ms. Kamala Bissetta, you hear what I say? Ms. Kamala Bissetta. He says she loves people. She loves people. Let me give you an example of she loves people. Okay? I will be short now. So remember when the people were protesting against the highway and they went and said, God, Madam Prime Minister, give me a voice, and she drove off on them? Google? You remember that? And she hit man Murilal say that they like a bag of arrows. No condemnation whatsoever. I want to tell God that very, very disingenuous. I didn't know that the soul you is God. He's a man that says you stand up for your black people, and you failed to comment on the Nackett disrespectful, unethical comment on the president. I mean, you don't want to agree with the president, but you have to respect the office, and all you're sitting down inside of it. But you go tell me now that there are people in there don't like all you. But you know, already sending the queen of the disrespectfulness, which is Kamala, and all you can't tell me about you, know. All you have to tell me, all you're very full on that you're supposed to go. But whatever we who are suffering under the Google fails again, must commend you for exposing the disrespectful one from down in the bamboo. And just as he said, he put out where he wanted me to hear, not what he didn't want us to hear. So thanks again, Google. Thank you very much for this contribution. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Pastor Google, I am on the president's side. Okay? I back in her all the way. And I'm sorry it's so late. I'd like you to play that tape again with the nasty words that Mr. Nakit say about the president. He need to go, and also, don't you, the opposition leader, change the whole Congo side. Every one of them need to back down. Okay? Have a blessed one, Pastor Go.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. I can't get at all these ways. But last week, a lot of people calling and condemned our Prime Minister. And what happened? Mr. Daly said anything about Naked? I don't know. You heard anything from him?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
That's all it is to Pastor Google. I like to twist the tongue. Say the thing and after twist it into something else, saying that they mean something else. But we are stupid. We know what they mean. The president is going nowhere. She's staying right there. You hear? She's staying right there. We standing with she. Right? Kamala, you should go lie down somewhere on a bed. Do like what I'm doing right now. Okay? Yes. We want that to happen, Google. Yeah, but let Dr. Rowley did say something. Man, all of them African man, they coming down on them. We want to play them in high places. That's why I don't listen to David Mohammed again. He will never have nothing to say about that. But let Dr. Rowley or somebody else say something. Boy, me and them.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I support you 100%. And what I am a bit worried about is people like David Abdullah. I'm worried about people like David Mohammed and all these black activists. This is a black woman. And you all just sit by and allow this to happen and not saying one word. Pastor Google, not one word to come out and defend this woman. Well, I agree. I'm 100% behind the president. And let them go ahead. They are destroying their own people, Pastor Google. Their own people. Setting up these things by Kamala Bissessel. That's what she does. To put black people against one another. It's time it stops. It's really, really worrying. If this is allowed to continue and nobody come out and defend this woman, nobody come out and defend Keith Rowley, nobody, because they like it so. How could we trust you all? How could we trust you all? Pastor Google, thank you.
Again, keep it so in Jesus' name.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. You know what I think about this whole thing? And they're calling Google for nothing. Because everybody spoke about when Mr. Mohammed, whose government he was under when that whole fiasco took place. And you know, I will always make a contribution on moral authority and who sets that the standard for politicians to abide by. So every time Dr. Rowley, let's say, a little Indian girl during Carnival Day, dressed in a costume, take a little local wine and Dr. Rowley, which is normal in our culture. Normal in our culture, right? I must determine a 17-year-old on a Carnival Day in the heat of the sun that she was 17 and she willingly wanted to take a wine on the Prime Minister. And that was a national debate. Pat Mirage even got involved. I have enough conversation, you and I, and we fall out. I say, man, look, stop playing it. And it came out in public. But a man took his time, make, whatever video and put it out there. And somebody want to tell me that's a parallel to Dr. Rowley. And that's the point I'm making in Trinidad and Tobago. We don't call a spade a spade. I've been going on in the whole African circle because with African people in Trinidad and Tobago and all over the world, it's a real challenge to govern with our people sometimes. Because the upper part of the society don't really connect us. The upper class, and it's a conversation, the upper class African people connect with other races. So that's why I see what you mentioned, David Ololande. It's either they go by themselves or they go with a different group. That's all it is. So it's from the middle class come down, and then you have some middle class $2 that will go across without even thinking about the whole question of African people and the embarrassment they pose to them. So that is why with you, I'm sticking with the president, the prime minister, the DPP, because that's the thing, you know. When people should look for the integrity in public life of these people, they're looking at that, you know. They want somebody of another race take it in Trinidad. And I don't know how African people can see that to tell Kamala Harris, hey, get out of here with us. That is why she was so atrocious. Once somebody qualified, they believe they fit to the job, they go for the job, you know. That's why even like the governor of the central bank, qualified, but not educated and smart, gone there, and then in the end, move like a real UNC, you know. I tell you, you have to keep an eye on people who have a national heart, and I don't care if they feel it racist. I am being real, because it's time, Mr. Sunday, and those trolls that they have, don't want to tell me that you are the moral and spiritual essence of Trinidad and Tobago for calling on people to resign. Resign for who? For who? She's saying right there, and it will resolve. Or let's say right there. Don't bother them.
Yeah, what? This song is for you. Listen to this song.
Good night, and welcome to the review. Without moral authority, no, you could never win. Trouble with La Trinity, too much Satan correcting sin. To be a leader fit and through the right example you must set. Who do you expect to follow you if you're really a hypocrite? The motto of leaders today, don't do as I do but as I say. Children must become confused when basic trust leaders abuse. They have no moral authority, they have none. If your son have no brought up, see you have no moral authority. Who are you to lecture about bullying in school? When your son quick to pull up, he can't keep it cool. How could you tell children about harassing others when your son there allegedly harassing elders? So you have no moral authority, you have none. Before you lecture to black hen picnic, go home and fix your son.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. A very blessed evening to you, your family, 91 family, and the whole country, and also by extension the world. Pastor, I need you to remind them about the little girl, get the clip on the little girl that they wanted to kill a couple of years ago because she spoke the truth and she spoke her mind. This is very important for people to listen to. Another thing is, all these plans are being planned in their church places and they're distributed to the heirs that love those things. That is why I was listening to a program, and on the program, with Sergio and them, and they were saying that they will never be able to change the culture because their culture is theirs and we culture is we. What part this is Trinidad and Tobago. So get that with that little child, please, and blessings to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago.
You receive me, you're a bigger millionaire.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, pleasant evening to you, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, two things I want to say.
Yeah, I just say one because the time is already on you.
All right. One, you have to answer the UNC with their moral behavior. I know the Hindu and the Muslim, at what age they want their children to marry?
Hello? Hello? Caller? All right, you're not there. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Google. Google, I just come out of Republic Bank because I demand my account to the other closing account. I know the people and bring police to me.
All right, you had to call me tomorrow to Jamaica and talk about that. All right, call me tomorrow and explain what it is went on.
What is it going on, Google? I have my business account and first I just want to close my account. Republic Bank want to close my account because them demand that certain new rules and law.
All right, so what you'll have to do, Jamaica, what you have to do, call me tomorrow and we will chat about it and I will try to get somebody from Republic Bank to explain what's going on. All right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
When Ish and Steve have such good friends in your government, who are you to talk to we about equality of the...
All right, Chantabio, I can't take any more calls. I'm out of here. Coming up next, the VNR show.
For the poor, so you have no...
If you're outside, take your time on the nation's roads. Outside is looking very wet.
Before you attack the
The song that you're listening to in the background is from Miss Alana Sinnott, and I love this song. It fits in very well with what we're talking about today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Please go out. Please be safe. God bless. Bye-bye.
Without moral authority, no, you could never win.
Let me describe him. Jesus bigger than the mountain, bigger than the hills, bigger than the doctor, bigger than the pills, bigger than my problem, bigger than my bills, bigger than your future, bigger than your past, bigger than your job, bigger than your boss, bigger than your exam fail or pass, bigger than. Bigger than what people say. Jesus bigger than what people say. I hear them talking, hear them running up their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say. Oh, you're big, so
lecture about bullying in school. When your son quick to pull a pooya, he can't keep it cool. How could you tell children about harassing others when your son there allegedly harassing elders? So you have no moral authority, you have none. Before you lecture to black hen picnic, go home and fix your son. By my TV, taking in the budget, the annual financial ratchet fee to pick me pockets. They say how times are changing, we in a deep recession. But the man who reading know we have bleed confession. Before he jumping in the dance, they fix him with some good finance. $10 million from the board, but money for culture he can't afford. He have no moral authority, you have none. If you fix yourself first from
let me describe him. Jesus bigger than the mountain, bigger than the hills, bigger than the doctor, bigger than the pills, bigger than my problem, bigger than my bills, bigger than your future, bigger than your past, bigger than your job, bigger than your boss, bigger than your exam fail or pass, bigger than bigger than what people say. Jesus bigger than what people say. I hear them talking, hear them running up their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say. Oh, you're big, so you're big. Let me describe him. Jesus bigger than the mountain, bigger than the hills, bigger than the doctor, bigger than the pills, bigger than my problem, bigger than my bills, bigger than your future, bigger than your past, bigger than your job, bigger than your boss, bigger than your exam fail or pass,